is good, my people, my peeps? How are you guys doing this afternoon? I thought I'd stop in. Hold on for checking the audio. Thought I'd stop in real quick with this interesting, very interesting story. You know, I haven't been reporting on the wars, but the main war that President Donald Trump has kicked off over there in Iran. I have not been able to get to the people, to report on the situation that's taking place in Iran. But I want to do that because I want to talk about the severity of this war, really the biblical aspects of this war as well. So if you bear with me, I'm going to go and check the audio and make sure we're good. As you come in the building, go ahead, double tap the screen, double tap your screen, get the thumbs up, and then also go ahead and subscribe to the channel today. All right, do those things. Let's get the housekeeping out the way, and we're going to get into hey, you saw the title. You saw the title. Hey, B-Dub Boogie, what's good? You saw the title. President Trump begging for help. He needs a black woman. Condoleezza Rice, help. Help. It's so interesting. I wanted to bring this to you all's attention, that how at the top of his presidency, how he fired, I don't know how many black women was it? I don't know. Goodness gracious. He fired so many black women out of the federal government. Then he went on his tirade of firing top branch military men, black men, that is. And so now he done got himself in a conundrum. I mean, he got himself, and the American people, Donald Trump, you have got us involved in some mess. I mean, why would, all the presidents, basically all of the presidents, ladies and gentlemen, have stayed away from Iran. You understand? They have not tried to mess with Iran because they know Iran and had a beef for 46 years with America. You understand me? Oh, Lord. But I know, we call on mama. Call on mama to come on in here and help you. Yes, the black woman. Thank you, God. Come on in here. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's get this message out there. You need the message out there. I need you Trumpians, your Maganites, your Naganites, MAGAs falling. MAGA, you see what you done did? Do you see what you have done? You done put the frat boys in the White House. You done put, businessmen in the White House. Don't know nothing about war and strategy. He done fired all of the so-called DEI hires. Y'all remember how them folks, MAGA, y'all remember how y'all was up and down the highways and byways happy that he done fired all these so-called DEI hires, and they didn't know nothing. They ain't got the intelligence to be in those positions. Well, look at here. Donald Trump had to go and make a phone call, y'all. He had to make a phone call and beg for the black woman to come help. A black, brilliant woman, a foreign strategist on policy, speak fluent Russian army, a powerhouse. He had to get his behind on that phone, y'all. He sure did. He had to get his behind on that phone. Make a phone call to a black woman. Yes. I need help. Kamala. Yes, Lord. Come save us. Because I done got us in some trouble. I done got us in some trouble, Kamala. Here come Kamala, y'all. Did y'all hear about that? Did y'all hear that your president was shaking in his boots? Because he over here playing like like this play. Like this a game. He playing like this a game with our lives, America. Hey, America, are y'all ready for the first foreign war to hit your soil? Are you ready? Because your president out here playing games. That's right. He done had to call up Kamala, a black woman, when he done kicked all black folks up out of so-called high positions, because you know we wasn't smart enough, but he had to call a black woman. Yes, indeed. To come help him out of the situation, because he don't know how to strategize his way out the back door. So far to touch. Locked in, my guy. Okay? Let me put you up here real quick. Put you up here. You out of touch. Give you some shine this afternoon. Okay? And explain yourself why you say I'm out of touch. You don't even know what's going on. Do you know the Kamala was at the White House? Do you know they called her? Oh, probably not. She ain't get all that fanfare because they don't want y'all to know they had to call Mama in. They had to call Mama in. Yes, Lord. He out there. This is America. Now. Please, Kamala, help me. They coming to get me, Kamala. They gonna take me away. I done messed with the Iranians. I done messed with the Iranians, Kamala. Let me play that again. He had to make a phone call. This is America. Please, Kamala, come help these folks come to get me, as I've been thinking I was a grown man playing in the big boy land. And I done got America in some mess. Starting fights everywhere. I ain't got no friends in sight. Over there starting fights in Mexico. Over there starting fights in Greenland. Over there and starting fights everywhere. When we supposed to be diplomatical. Talking out things if you need more oil. This fool over here starting fights. So now he got to call in Kamala. Got to call in Kamala and ask for some help from the black woman. You know, and I'm going to keep saying it. MAG, I'm going to keep saying it. NAGA, I'm going to keep saying it. That's right. Because he wanted to fire all these prominent black folks with educated black folks talking big noise about DI, how these folks DIs and all this and that, right? But now you need help. Now you need help because you done got us in some mess. So let me get these reports in the queue. Okay? Because I know a lot of you youngsters don't even know who the hell Kamala Harris is. Do you? You don't know. You don't know. Let me educate you today. Okay? Let me educate you on who the hell he done had to call in because he got us in a damn war that's about to hit the U.S. soil.
Alive that had anything to do to Colin Powell is dead. So is Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld. The only two people that are still alive that had anything to do directly with the war in Iraq are George W. Bush and Condoleezza Rice. Recently, Condoleezza Rice was seen at the White House, and Trump has referenced her personally. Condoleezza Rice is a powerhouse as far as foreign policy goes. In the 1980s, she was a nuclear strategist and a foreign relations strategist as well. She speaks fluent Russian, and in addition to that, she has direct involvement in both North Korea and Iran. Also, Condoleezza Rice knows what it's like to wage war on two fronts, being in the Afghan war and the Iraq war, especially recently with Trump's statements towards Cuba. The Trump administration, I know what they're doing, and they don't have a long-term strategy for Iran. It also means that as Americans, we could probably prepare to go into Iran since they are calling in literally the only person that could give them guidance on a long-term war. Are you scared yet? I am.
Are you? Are you nervous yet? Well, I ain't trying to make you scared. I ain't trying to fearmonger you. I'm not scared. But I just want y'all to know, some of y'all need to wake up. Wake the hell up. That's right. He done started a war. Let's get some more history for you. Let's get some more history for you.
Threat to the U.S. or not? Joining us.
Hold on.
Tonight to talk about this and the situation in the Middle East is former Secretary of State, former National Security Advisor, Condoleezza Rice. Secretary Rice, thanks for being here. You know, we have these polls out about Iran, national security threat. Most people who answer these polls, it's 61% yes, 38% no. This is the banter back and forth, even as obviously the military operation is being characterized as being very successful, and we have markers on that. What's your thoughts about where we are?
Hold on, we got to get it's buffering. I'm praying we ain't getting no internet interference from the war, because it's gonna come to the forefront here. Hold on, let me start it over again.
Now and where we may be headed.
Equipment, maybe even planning. And then, of course, you had the events of June when the administration decided, along with the Israelis, to try and at least degrade and maybe even seriously set back Iranian nuclear capabilities. In order to do that, they were able to suppress Iranian air defenses. And so Iran is in a sense, defenseless then. And then you see that the Iranians are rebuilding their nuclear capability, that they're rearming Hamas and Hezbollah, and that they are essentially at this moment defenseless. They won't always be defenseless. And so the decision is to really at this point take care of it and render them incapable of those activities. So I see it as a series of decisions. I do think that it's big ones, but a worthy goal. Of course, we'll have to watch and see, but I do think that the question of making sure that you don't get mission creep is an important one. Taking care of Iranian military operations, military capabilities is very important. The other thing that this does do is it, particularly if you can do something about the security forces in Iran, maybe it opens the possibilities for the Iranian people themselves to try to determine their own future. But we're a long way from that.
Madam Secretary, we really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Brett. Great to be with you.
So I wanted to introduce you all, you youngsters. A lot of you youngsters don't know who Mrs. Rice is, okay? Condoleezza Rice. This President Donald J. Trump, the went in there and ruffle the tail feathers of Iran, who's been at war with America, trying, for 46 years. 46 years, y'all. It's only 2 people in the United States that have went to war over there in Iraq in the upper echelons of our military. That was your President Bush, not the daddy, the son, and Mrs. Rice, Condoleezza Rice, the black woman. Now, why in the hell would President Trump go over there acting like he know what he doing when he don't? Don't have the people that can strategize and know anything about Iran over there, but they over there causing mayhem. Now, let me tell you, if you subscribe to my channel, you should know a little bit about me. I'm a former military brat and a former military wife. Okay, lived in Germany for 10 years. So I know a couple of places in Germany. Now, I want to tell you that you're not getting all the news. They're telling you from the last reports that I've heard that, and probably the last reports that you have heard is that, only four soldiers have passed away. when that's a lie. That's a lie. America is being so censored when it comes to what your president has got the American people up into. This is not going to be something you just going to be able to watch on your TV, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to understand that. This is not something you're going to be able just to come home from work and go get you a cold bit brewski and watch on your TV. Just coming to American soil. You understand? Now, I mentioned Germany because there is a hospital over in Germany. And I remember this hospital because I had to take my son there. When we first got to Germany, he broke his arm. Long stool, we had to go there to the hospital. That hospital in Germany is one of them. They building another one. I'm talking about overseas for all military. Anything, I don't care if you're Air Force, Army, Navy, or Marines. This is a high-tech hospital, one of the biggest overseas. Do you know that they had to close down that hospital? Even the labor and delivery wing of that hospital has been closed down, y'all. Now, you might ask yourself why, and you shouldn't, but I know you're scared too. They have so many American casualties, ladies and gentlemen, that the largest of our military hospitals overseas. Now they're building another one. It should be finished by 2027, next year sometime. That's going to take over with the one that's in Longstool. But it's not ready yet. So our biggest military, high-tech, everything you need over there in Germany, over there in Longstool. Every bit of that hospital is now designated to the war because they are receiving so many military soldiers' bodies, deaths, that they are not reporting to you all. President Trump has got us in a true war. But I mean, it's biblical, So I want you to be scared. I want you to be prepared, though. You understand? Because this war right here, even the Golden Dome is not protecting Israel. But you're not getting that news because you're being censored here. Even the Golden Dome has failed. We just gonna run through these reports. They had to call mama in. That's right. An educated Black woman, MAGA, not DEI hired, fluent in Russian, a foreign strategy powerhouse, men. Because I know you like to say women don't have logic. We so emotional. But this is a major war. And Donald Trump had to call a woman in to help the mess he done created.
And just like the rest of America, Trump calls in his reinforcements to help him with the Iran war. This is Condoleezza Rice, and she was spotted going into the White House yesterday. Because as we all very well know, it's not going well for the U.S. and Israel. So what do you do when shit's hitting the fan? You call in the Black women. They know what to do. Condoleezza should have told them to go eat her ass, if you ask me. But because this Iranian conflict is the exact same as the Iraqi conflict under President, I'm sure she has all the tricks for the Trumpster. It makes me laugh that every time they need a saving, they come call on one of us because they're not good at what they do. And they lean on our intelligence, our intuition, our ability to foresee the future. Out of all the people in the world they could have called, they called in a black woman. I mean, the jokes just write themselves.
Guess who was just pictured walking into the White House? You won't believe this. Condoleezza Rice, George W. Bush's national security advisor during the 2003 Iraq War. Now, this is a big deal because the Trump administration is trying to put on this brave face that, oh, everything's great. We don't care that Russia's helping Iran target us. We don't care about the billions of dollars of irreplaceable radars, having lost 4, and we only have 10 in the world, on and on and on. The global economic catastrophe that's just hanging over our heads any second to drop. And they're bringing in someone who Trump typically would attack. Somebody's like a neocon, the old establishment, blah, 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 rhino for sure. This is how you know things aren't going well. They're worried, they're concerned. Don't listen to the ego and the bravado that comes out of their mouths. Just look at the facts on the ground.
I wish I didn't have bad news for you today, but things are spiraling really badly out of control. We have 3 of the wealthiest Arab nations that are now considering pulling out of the U.S. economy, pulling out investments because of the cost of this war that has been waged by Donald Trump. And when I say that they are the foundation of our economy, that if they pull out their investments, it could crash our economy, that is an understatement. And now we have this letter that was just sent to Donald Trump and published for all of us to read by the leading businessman of the United Arab Emirates. His name is Khalaf Hamad El Habtour. You're going to need to sit down for this as I read this. President Donald Trump, a direct question. Who gave you the authority to drag our region into a war with Iran? And on what basis did you make this dangerous decision? Did you calculate the collateral damage before pulling the trigger? And did you consider that the first to suffer from this escalation will be the countries of the region itself? The people of this region have the right to as well. Was this your decision alone? Or did it come as a result of pressures from Netanyahu? You have placed the countries of the Gulf War. I wish I didn't have that.
You have 14 days, not a metaphor, not a dramatic opener to grab your attention. A literal, mathematical, unavoidable 14-day countdown. And when that clock hits 0, the price of everything you buy, everything you eat, and everything that runs on energy is going to explode in a way that will make the last 3 years of inflation feel like a minor inconvenience. Here's what just happened, and why those 14 days matter more than anything else happening on the planet right now. Iran just destroyed the American command center in Bahrain. Not damaged, not disrupted, destroyed. The nerve center coordinating U.S. military operations across the entire Gulf region. And in the same strike package, Bahrain's oil facilities, processing infrastructure, that moves Gulf oil from the ground to tankers to the global market. But that's just the In the last 48 hours, Iran has also struck Abu Dhabi's airport. The Fujairah oil depot. One of the most strategically critical fuel storage facilities in the world, attacked Qatar's LNG structure, hit Kuwait, 3 positions. Feel the pain within weeks. Here's the mechanism, and pay close attention because this is the thing you'll hear today. Right now, Hormuz is effectively closed to oil traffic. Ships aren't moving. The oil that Saudi Arabia and the UAE pump out of the ground every single day has nowhere to go. So pumped into massive holding land while the world waits for this to reopen. Those tanks are almost full. Capacity, 10 to 14 days away. The moment those tanks hit, production shuts down, and the second Gulf production shuts down, the manufacturing. But the supply side just fell off a cliff. Scenarios of $50 to $80 per barrel above current levels in a matter of days after production stops. Not weeks, days. Because markets don't wait for the physical shortage to arrive. They price it in the moment the shutdown becomes inevitable. And here's how that hits you personally right now, wherever you are in the world. Every $10 increase in oil prices adds roughly $400 to $500 per year to the average household's cost of living. Not just at the pump, that's the visible part. The invisible part is that oil is embedded in literally everything. The plastic in your phone, the fertilizer that grew your food, the truck that delivered it, the electricity that powered the store, the packaging it came in. You have 14 days.
Here.
Not a minute.
If you thought this situation, this war that President Trump has started was going to be something you can watch on your TV and be comfortable in your home, think again. I want you to really think again. This report regarding the oil collapse of supply was 3 days ago. When I heard this and started putting this report for you all together, the gas here was like at $2. Okay. The other day, yesterday, I went to go get gas. It jumped up to $3. So some of you guys may not be paying attention, but that jump was like at the start of or the end of 2024 or so. You know, when we were having the oil, the gas crisis, the oil and all that. You know how people were complaining. Hello, welcome in, Brother Vic. I'm doing good. When people were complaining about the gas prices, well, this is something so severe that I want you to be aware of what's going on. So I tell you that the oil prices have jumped. So that means the gas prices are going to go up. Okay? It's not gas. It's the diesel is $7.25 a gallon. Diesel gone up too. I seen it yesterday. Have y'all gone to get gas? And you're probably not paying attention right now. You know, let me put you up here. Put that comment up here. You're probably not paying attention right now, but Iran has always had a itch that wanted to be scratched, a itch for the United States, my guys, my ladies. This is not a war that America can call its alliances to back it up, because America has no alliances right about now. China is helping Iran, right? Russia, Iran, they're helping. We literally have no alliances. Do you understand? And so with that being said, I want you to understand that although Iran is way over there, you feel like, oh, we're safe, we can't be touched. There have been sleeper cells here for eons of years. Just as long as Iran has been upset with America, 48, 49 years, that you best believe some of these people have been living here and then had babies and they've been undercover, sleeper cells. But it's not just the sleeper cells that you have to worry about, right? It is the strangulation of your resources that is being attacked, that has been taken out. The report you just heard. If there's no oil to make your gasolines and your byproducts of the oil, everything is getting ready to be expensive. Everything beg for help. Yeah. If you're referring to what was on the thumbnail, yeah, he had to go to Kamala Harris. I mean, not Kamala Harris, Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza Rice would have been somebody he would have talked about had he not needed her. She's the only person in the United States, sir, that has strategized in dealing with Iran and Kuwait. The only person alive out of all the military branches. Top dog, black woman. Yeah, I put beg because you know he had talked real nice. Real nice. Okay? But not to get sidetracked. Everything you know is getting ready to be more than expensive. I suggest to you, if you need to go and get your car tuned up, if you need to get not just basic toiletries and things of that nature, how they have us, you know, how they like to do psyops and test us and have us running to the store for toilet paper. This is gonna be a long haul, y'all. This is not gonna be just having y'all running to the store for toilet paper. You understand? This ain't gonna be just about no damn toilet paper, and not about food. This is about to be really a grip on America, something America has not seen before. You understand? Because he's not playing, and there's nothing that America can say or do to fix this. When they took out the leader, now they're getting ready to select. I think they already selected the new leader of Iran. Right? Let me tell you something how biblical this is. I know y'all, some of my white brothers and sisters and others may not want to hear this, but you know, when Iran, they've been having a beef with America for a long time, y'all. Long time. Not just America, but you know, Israel, all that. And you know what happened last time when they had a beef and they captured soldiers? Y'all know y'all history. Do y'all know y'all history? When they captured soldiers, the dad that just got killed over there in Iran, when he captured military soldiers, what did he do with the black soldiers when he captured them? Anybody? Anybody know? He let them go free and kept the rest. He let the black soldiers go free and kept the rest of the military soldiers. Let's get that history real quick before we move on. Let's get that history real quick before we move on. I'm going to give you two. So I want to give you this young lady's report because she has the original footage from when the dad, I forget his name, sorry, they just got killed over there in Iran. When they've been beefing. When they first had captured some U.S. soldiers, what happened? Let's hear it.
Great dignity in Islam.
Hold on.
And the blacks?
The old leader of Iran was unalived. The new leader has been chosen. And shit finna get real. Well, not for us, for the white folks. And I explained why I said that in this video. First thing first, the new leader. Y'all remember this baby, the 14-month-old that got unalived during the war on February 28th? Well, that is the new leader's niece. The new leader is the son of the old leader, and he hates the U.S. worse than his dad did. Not only did he lose his dad February 28th, but he also lost his wife, his son, his brother, and his niece. He said he's not backing down, and they also got U.S. hostages. However, why I said it's about to get real for the white folks, because he said these black folks already had it hard enough in the U.S. I am letting them go at no cost. And before y'all get in my comments, this is not me making this shit up. He said that. Listen to this.
Some black hostages and some female hostages will be released from the American embassy compound. Is that true? The freedom of the woman and blacks will be given. Women are given great dignity in Islam, and the blacks have been oppressed in the United States. Great injustice was done unto them. They were under pressure in the United States. Thus they came here. We are doing this owing to the tenets of Islam. In return, we ask nothing for their freedom.
Let me tell you something. That was the daddy that got killed, right? When they was battling and he had hostages, black hostages. He said, I'm letting them go free. I don't want nothing for these black hostages. They've been oppressed in the United States. So you have to know history. You have to know biblical history as well. And you have to know why the Iron Dome is not holding up over there in Iran, where they not Iran, why Iran is shooting over there in Israel, the fake Israel. You see, he knew who the real Israel, the real people of the Bible was. That's why he let those black soldiers go. And he said he want nothing. Because if you read in Deuteronomy, it says, if you protect Israel, you will be blessed. See, America has been protecting the wrong Israel. Do you understand? This war is biblical, biblical, biblical. America has been protecting the wrong Israel and oppressing the blacks in America, the true Israelites. And that is why Iran's leader that they just took out, the leader that they just killed, let those black soldiers go free. Because he knew blessings would come to them from the Most High God. They're not just messing with Iran for no reason. Iran has the last Stargate there. Y'all remember when they went and when President Bush Jr. lied to you all about 9/11? Y'all remember about Kuwait? They have weapons of mass destruction. You remember that lie. It wasn't about weapon of mass destruction. Well, maybe in their eyes, for sure. Because there was a Stargate in Kuwait in the body of Gilgamesh. That's right. You all, let me say this. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel today. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel today. Get the thumbs up. Because you sleep. And I'm trying to help you wake up and realize what's going on. Iran don't have no beef with the blacks over here. Do you understand? Iran has no beef with the blacks over here. But America, the whore that is riding on the back of the beast, well, she's about to fall. Do you understand? Things, have to get worse than before they get better. And baby, you got a long way to go before this is gonna get better. You about to go through tribulation. You understand? And everybody likes to say, oh, the war is about resources. Do you know what time it is? Do you know? Tell me, do you know? Oh, my battery is draining out. Y'all, try to lock it in. Listen to this. Everybody try to say, oh, war is about resources. But we have already divided the lands. Lands have been conquered. Lands have been taken. So America has been so-called built on being diplomatic. And when you're diplomatic, you don't just go and start wars. That's why America has been able to be occupy different lands, because they're supposed to be in there. We're just here with our bases for peace. We're just gonna keep our army bases in Germany, and I know it's no war over here. We're not occupying your land. We're just here as diplomatic help. So I don't want to hear about war and why they are starting war with Iran and every other country like Iceland. I'm here to wake you up about the real reason and the real resources. You understand? And they don't want me to let y'all know because they draining my battery real quick. Hold tight. So this war is not about oil, not about resources. This is biblical. Okay? So, where did I stop off at? Let me see. Let's give you all this report.
I'm not making this video to scare you. I'm making this video because you have a right to know. The U.S. military has just moved an E-6B Mercury plane over to the Middle East. What is an E-6B Mercury plane? It is the actual plane that is to send the signal to nuclear submarines whether or not to launch a nuke. I have goosebumps making this video, and this is not to fearmonger. You should be scared. I'm not fearmonger. We should be just our nuclear command and control over to the Middle East to make sure we have the ability to launch a nuke within a couple of minutes. Now, I want you to pause the video here, swipe up on your phone, go to your Safari, your Chrome, whatever I want you to Google this. I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to Google it. E6B Mercury movement. Guys, this is a defining point, and I don't care what you have to say. If it's a tactical threat, it's fucking terrifying. This is not the world I want my kids growing up in. It's not. It's not. Because we have a narcissist in the White House who wants to play with all the buttons and move pieces around on a war board as if it's a game of chess. My name is Kyle Galkin. I'm running for Congress in the 2nd District of Connecticut because I believe in accountability. And listen, as much as my current rep wants to downplay the fact that he's done things that have signaled to the Republican administration that he is on board, right, or that he won't push back, that is the problem. You can't just downplay. You did capitulate. You did things that allowed them to think they could get away with stuff, and now they're doing things that are putting a lot of people's lives at risk. You might have legislative experience, but let me tell you, you don't have tactical experience. So you can tell people all you want that I'm not qualified because I don't have legislative experience, but let me tell you that you don't have any tactical experience. And it seems like you don't have any psychology experience, because you're doing things that are actively signaling to the other side that it's okay to do what they're doing. This is not a legislative game anymore. It's not which policy is going to financially benefit us more, this one or that one. No, you're playing with people's lives. Anyway, my name's Kyle Galkin. I'm running for Congress in the 2nd District of Connecticut.
All right, we heard you, Cal. We heard you. Thank you for your report, Cal. Let me see if I can get the report about Longstool. Longstool, Germany, Army Hospital. Let's see, Army. Yeah. So this is not just about resource. This is biblical, y'all. I'm not fearmongering. It's time for y'all to wake the hell up. Hey, it's time for you to be ready to understand which moves you need to truly make. Hey. Let me see. Army Hospital. You hear me? I don't know if they still have it on here. Let me see. I'm checking.
By now, you all
No. Long Stool Hospital. Here we go.
I posted this with coded language, and it's not getting any traction, and it's really important. So we're just gonna say the shit, okay? This is a current contract up for bid on Sam.gov under Landstuhl, Germany, for Landstuhl, Germany, okay? Yesterday, they shut down labor and delivery at Landstuhl Regional Medical Center. This is the largest U.S. military hospital in Europe, all right? The guys get hurt on the battlefield, then they go to a smaller hospital, and then once they are stable enough to fly, they go here. This is the place they go. In the Afghanistan war and the Iraq war, they never did this. I could not find one documented case of this ever happening. So I went to sam.gov to look at the contracts to see what they were getting, if there was anything specifically for Landstuhl, Germany, and we found this. Funeral homes and funeral services, and the period performance will consist of one 12-month period. Remember, Trump said 4 to 5 weeks, with up to another 4 years. I posted this with coded language.
Okay. Let me see if I can get another report.
By now, you all know that we are
And it's not getting any traction.
being suppressed in social media and news organizations such as CNN, MSNBC. This regime is lying to us. They want us to believe that only 6 service members were killed and 18 wounded in the attacks in Kuwait and Bahrain. Now, during the conflicts of Iraq and Afghanistan, any casualties would be sent to the largest regional hospital in Europe, which is Landstuhl, Germany, in Kaiserslautern. Landstuhl Regional Medical Center, LRMC, Germany, is the only forward station medical center for the U.S. and coalition forces. It is the largest U.S. hospital outside the United States, where it serves as the sole military medical center for more than 205,000 beneficiaries throughout Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. So if there's any casualties within Europe, Middle East, and Africa, they would be sent to Landstuhl. The Department of the Army Landstuhl Regional Medical Center put out a memorandum for record dated Tuesday, March 3rd, and the subject is labor and delivery closures. So due to the hospital's primary objective, labor and delivery is closed until further notice. What would their hospital's primary objective be? Remember, it was reported that only 6 service members were killed and 18 wounded. Are they going to close this regional hospital for 18 wounded? There is no reason as to why the largest U.S. military hospital abroad halts labor and delivery services amid the Iranian war. Now, our news outlets here, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, are not reporting anything regarding any more casualties. But international news are reporting and claiming that 650 U.S. troops were killed or wounded in Iran strikes. People's Gazette also are reporting that 650 American soldiers were killed in retaliatory strikes. May I remind you that there was no warning, no siren. 6 U.S. service members killed in the Iranian strike that hit makeshift operations center in Kuwait. We're not aware of these strikes. There were no warnings. There were no sirens. And you expect us to believe that only 6 were killed and 18 were wounded? Ladies and gentlemen, this regime under Trump, they are not being transparent. They are lying. Now, do I believe that 650 plus more were killed? I can't say that. But I definitely am not going to believe that only 6 were killed and 18 were wounded in those strikes when they were not prepared. There were no sirens. There were no warnings. By now, you all know.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Chief. That's a typo. We do. I'm human. Hey, isn't that great? Let me put this up here real quick. You actually are dealing with a human. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel today. That's a typo, ma'am, sir. That's a typo. Humans make mistakes. AI and artificial intelligence may not, honey. I'm glad you pointed out. You're dealing with a human. This is a human platform run by human, ethereal. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel today. I make mistakes, y'all, because I'm human. Flesh and blood, baby. No artificial intelligence here. All right? Yeah. So look here. Y'all heard at the top of the hour. You heard it with the young gentleman talking about he running for Congress or state or senator, whatever he running for. He trying to get into the government, right? Told you this ain't no game. They don't even know how to strategize. And when I tell you, they don't. They didn't even have anybody that knew about the Kuwait War, Iranian War, none of that. They had to call in Condoleezza Rice, a black woman. You know, okay, thank you, honey. A black woman. Intelligent black woman. A foreign strategist powerhouse. You know, quite as it kept a lot of, you know, men that think women only deal with emotions. They could never run a country, let alone strategize in a war. But who did he call? Huh? Who did President Trump have to call up in there to help him figure out what he playing with when he playing with somebody that had a beef with America for 49 years? Had to call a black woman. Oh, wait a minute, MAGA. Oh, sit down, MAGA, in the back, because I know you go say, oh, it was just a quick DEI hire. Dummies. Simpletons. Who walked up in to the White House? Did you hear about it? Did you hear? He had to call a black woman into the White House. I have a soldier. I got a soldier. Let's hear him. He out there right now in Iran. Let's hear what he had to say.
All right, I don't know if you have to hear that, but them gunshots is getting real close. This shit not looking too good. I ain't gonna lie. Iran, they might have won this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Too many motherfuckers begging out. This shit not good. I ain't gonna lie. This shit raps. GG's in the chat, yo. All right,
I feel so bad looking at this man in night. You know, it's red. It's like he got night vision on his camera. Doing this stream or video he uploaded TikTok. You're private. I know a little bit about the ranks. You're private soldier. Baby face. See, let me tell you something about your elites. You probably should know this by now. They don't give a rat's ass about you MAGAs, you Proud Boys, and your sons and daughters. You understand? They're getting ready to come and scoop up your sons and daughters and throw them to the wolves, feed them to Balak. You understand? They coming to scoop up your sons and daughters and feed it. To Balak. While their sons and daughters still sit in the Trump towers and, they don't care. It's not going to be like World War I and II. If he only got one son, we won't take him. They taking everybody. Hell, you better watch out. You're 40-something years old. They coming for your ass, too. You got 2 arms, 2 legs. You're gone. Draft. So let's go get ugly here on the mainland, which is known as AKA the United States, AKA America. Because if you thought we was in an inflation, a hyperinflation now, well, get ready, y'all. Get ready to understand about bartering, understand about, don't be throwing away them clothes like, yesterday's garbage. When you wore them one time, 2 times. I'm just saying. Because Iran been holding on to a beef for 49 years. They done struck oil reserves. They hit in places crippling. You know, when we did go over there in the Kuwait War, they, stole that oil, locked and loaded, some of those resources, as some of you guys would call it. But we ain't even got access to none of that. It's about to get real ugly, real fast. So for y'all that don't know, that did not know, they called in the big guns. They called
anything to do directly with war in Iraq are George W. Bush and Condoleezza Rice. Recently, Condoleezza Rice was seen at the White House, and Trump has referenced her personally. Condoleezza Rice is a powerhouse as far as foreign policy goes. In the 1980s, she was a nuclear strategist and a foreign relations strategist as well. She speaks fluent Russian, and in addition to that, she has
mic check. Put a 9 in the chat if you can hear. Mic check, mic check. Let's see. Mic check. Here we go. Mic check, mic check. Put a 9 in the chat if you can hear. Mic check, mic check. All right. Okay, we good. All right. We are good to go. So look. Oh, thank you for the I just saw that. Let me see.
Mic test. I think we're back on. Yeah, we're having some difficulties here. Oh, thank you, thank you. So we're gonna end the broadcast right here. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and go ahead, subscribe to the channel today. Subscribe to the channel today. Get the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, get the thumbs up. And I just wanted to bring you guys this information because, hey, this war is look like we're gonna be in it for the long haul, y'all. This is gonna be something different. I don't think it's gonna be like any wars we've ever seen because I truly believe this war is going to touch American soil. All right. Once again, thank you for joining the stream, and y'all have a great day and much love.